Good morning, my beautiful angels, my healing angels. How y'all doing today? Empress J, the healing oracle. Okay, how y'all doing? How is y'all doing today? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, my time. I don't know what time it is to you, but it's 5 a.m. and I'm up because I get messages early in the morning, right? Today I was just gonna. Oh, I'm always picking with my face. I'm sorry about that, y'all. That's just be some other shit. I'm gonna talk about that when the time comes. But oh man, you know, there's a couple things I want to talk about right now. First things first, like, share, subscribe. If you find any value in my content, please leave me some messages. Go on my Cash App, drop a sister like a little donation. These kids got to eat out here. I'm doing my best. I'm giving messages now. I'm trying to do this shit everywhere I go, and it's becoming like this is what I'm doing. Like the messages be coming. Like I be like really doing just my life, like living my life, taking care of my kids, whatever, and boom, I get a message. It's just so beautiful. Like I love it, but it's just different. But anyway, I think they've been there the whole time. I just ain't been paying attention. Okay. So anyway, let me just, cause I ain't did this in a while. Let me just say this, cause this is part of what I was thinking about. I don't really care what people think, right? So if you click on here and you sensitive, you know what I'm saying, you don't like people cussing, then I'm not for you. Click off. You know what I'm saying? Like get off of here. Like go find you somebody else who does channel messages or tarot cards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not for you. Like I'm not gonna start cussing. This is who the fuck I am and I like who I am and that's the fuck that. Secondly, I smoke weed. Like I'm gonna smoke weed on here. Like I smoke my bud. Like that's that. And I'm gonna be smoking it till the bitch die. Like I'm smoking it to the end. You hear me call myself a bitch, or you hear me say bitch and shit like that. Like where I come from, okay. We took a lot of the terms that people use against us as like a diss, you know what I'm saying? Shit that like, you know what I'm saying, hurt people's feelings. And we say it and don't bother us. Like if I call you my bitch, you my bitch. Like, if you are sensitive about shit like that, if words rock you like that and you don't want to hear shit like that, please click off. I talk about sensitive shit here. If you don't like it, I mean, click off. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Don't leave me no motherfucking dumbass comments and that shit like that. I haven't had none yet, but in the event that a dumb motherfucker want to come on here and say some dumb shit, please click the fuck off. Like it's not even that serious. I'm not about to entertain none of that shit because I'm still gonna be sitting here being pretty and being me. Like it's not gonna rock me. Know that shit. God still fuck with me whether I fucking cuss or smoke my bud or whatever the fuck I do and say, in this life, he fucks with me. And you need to know that God fucks with you like that too. So don't be going around here leaving people who's trying to do some good in the world with dumbass comments and being rude. I hate seeing that shit. I hate going on YouTube and seeing people's videos that I fucking like and that I fuck with even thumbs down. What don't you like about that content? If you didn't like it, you didn't have to thumbs down that shit. Just get the fuck off it. It wasn't for you. It was for somebody else. But I hate seeing the negative fucking comments and the negative shit on my folks shit that I like, that I check out every day. Like every day I fuck with these people. Like, come on, man. Stop being negative towards yourself. Like, these people are in their power. They're here giving messages. They're here helping us. Like, helping us. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be leaving no negative comments or pressing like that's a you problem. That's a you issue. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need to get more in tune with they self. This is why I'm here, okay? Because like you cannot be walking around here hateful. Like you need to get the hate out your heart, baby. Get the hate out your heart. Whatever the fuck you went through, right? Say okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you don't let that shit make you mean. Don't let that shit get you to the point where you hate people that are fucking good in their life. Okay? Don't go around here, okay, hating on motherfuckers that fucking got their shit right. that like mentally and physically and emotionally is one with they self, okay? Because the motherfucker's good for that. The motherfucker's real good for that shit, okay? You see somebody healed up, you know, you see somebody shining, you see somebody doing good in their life, you see somebody really, really, and I'm gonna talk about this every day probably. You gonna see somebody that who just climbed out the motherfucking muck, and you gonna sit around and talk shit about them because they're doing stuff that you don't understand, okay? Saying things that you don't understand, okay? If a female or male is like, I'm a bruja, all right, I know I manifest my motherfucking shit. I know I'm casting spells by just manifesting, okay? In some way, shape, or form, you are casting, all right? You're casting your intentions into the universe. You're going to get that shit back. Whatever you putting out is what you're going to get back. White witch, green witch, black witch, red witch, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You is casting, you is in the occult, you working with the light. Either way, just make sure you're doing it with the white light. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay on the white path. If the darkness is what caused you, that's you and your thing. But over here, we fuck with the light. Okay, I vanquish all evil with my sight. You know what I'm saying? And with the light. That's how I vanquish all evil. You throw negativity at me, I'm going to turn that shit around and I'm going to alchemize that shit. I'm going to transmute that energy and throw that shit right back at you. Okay? Anything that you send my way, I'm sending it back to you times 10. Okay? Any negative energy, any negative thoughts, anything like that you send to me comes back to you times 10. Okay? I just did that and that's that. Protection spell. All right? It's that simple. Like, it's that easy. You know what I'm saying? When I say I'm a bruja, all right? My motherfucking ancestors, okay? I don't know them, but I feel them. Cherokee Indian, Blackfoot Indian, Nigerian, okay? Somewhere down the line was a shaman. Somebody, somewhere. And I'm taking in that energy, and that's what I'm doing. Do you know you? Do you know who your folks was? Do you know your ancestors? Do you know where your people came from at least a little bit? To know, like, maybe some of the feelings you may have within yourself. You know, if you have some feelings of, like, healing, you know, we be in the kitchen cooking up, you know what I'm saying? We be in the kitchen cooking up motherfucking, can't say cure these days. People get funny about words. So we want to say cooking up solutions, all right? Using herbs to cure things that plague most people in life. You know, see, most people don't understand certain things when they don't know how you got to where you at. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize that God put everything here for you on this earth, right? Nothing is needed outside of yourself. Okay, even solutions to problems, everyday problems like bugs or like motherfucking illnesses and shit like that. Most times, if you can catch a lot of shit early, there's a lot of herbs. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that we can do herbally and like naturally. You know, we don't have to rely on Western medicine. We do not have to rely on those things that are going to kill us toxically. Like, nothing toxic, you know, not people, not fucking food, not music, not nothing. Everything got to be pure. Like, every motherfucking thing got to be pure. You heard what I'm saying? Shout out to my hometown. I don't know why I needed to say that. Reading, PA, stand up. That's another thing I want to talk about. I come from a little town, right? A really small little town, right? In Reading, in Pennsylvania, called Reading. And I love my city. I wish I could still be there, but this personality is a bit big for such a small place. And not that it's not big personalities there. Most of them are leaving because they're growing out of it. And I just want to talk about us, like, being more relevant. Like, once you do leave, when you leave your hometown, are you leaving to go grow so that you could come back and give? Or are you leaving because you're running? You know, because there's so many different things that we could be running from. And I don't want you to be running from yourself. Because no matter where you go, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with yourself, right? And when I left home, when I left the first time, right, I moved to a city that was like a little bit smaller than where I'm from. But it was more like calm and more farmland, like, you know, quiet. But yet I didn't know that, like, because God has a plan for us and everything gotta align, you know, everything lines the fuck up in our life for our purpose and for us to be able to do what the fuck he wants from us, right? So I moved outside, about an hour away. I'm adventurous, but shit, that bitch still a little scared, so I didn't want to go too far. So 45 minutes away. Oldest son graduates high school, goes off to college. Bam. My mother already done came. Grandmother done already came to where I'm at. Like, they followed me, But little did we know that my mother, when she came, she was sick. She had cancer. And we didn't know yet. But maybe about 3 months into my mother living in this smaller town where we, I'm saying, where we was at, she gets diagnosed with multiple myeloma cancer. Very rare. Blood disorder. Multiple meaning it's going to encompass multiple systems, okay? Which it did in the end. It took over everything. But we're going to talk about this today because I need to honor her and I need to tell y'all a little bit about her journey. Only because it's a teachable moment. Okay, so she comes to where I'm at. Gets diagnosed with cancer. Don't you know, not only did she get diagnosed with cancer, her kidneys were failing, her liver was shot. My mom ain't never did no drugs a day in her life. Might have smoked some weed, you know what I'm saying? She might have smoked some weed. She ain't never let me see it, but she might have smoked some weed. But that's the extent, of drugs that my mother would ever do. Because she was a lady. She was a sophisticated lady, all right? After she got diagnosed with cancer, she got her system back in order a little bit. And she was able for 2 years to still work. I mean, like, this woman kept moving like nothing was wrong. Like, but I could feel it. Like, and I knew what I knew, and I was hoping that I wasn't going to be right, that I was wrong, but I wasn't. But she took good care of herself. She took herself to her appointments. She took herself to her chemotherapy. She took herself everywhere she had to go. She did it. She took good care of herself. She didn't need, I helped if she needed me. She was still tired a lot of times. And then she had to get special ports put into her chest, one for chemo and the other one for dialysis, okay? Now, by the time she got to the dialysis stage, all right, this was already 2.5 years in. She did really well. Like, she kept her body tight. Like, she didn't lose a lot of weight right away. She still had her hair to the end, never fell out, She suffered, though. She suffered a lot. But I want to talk about what my mother went through because there was a beautiful lesson in that. In the end, she got really sick and she couldn't eat anymore and she couldn't drink on her own anymore. And I had to feed her through a tube, and I had to give her liquids through a tube. But like, she was so beautiful and so cool and just like cool as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'd be like, give me a cup, and she would want her little fancy cup, old, if you ever had like a sundae from back in the day, an ice cream sundae. She wanted that filled up with her special ice, from her ice maker and shit, her spoon and stuff. And she would sit there and she'd feed herself her ice. You know, we walk through this life, right? We think we go through this life and we have to be very mindful of how we walk, what we do, who we love, how we treat people, okay? The things that you're doing now are going to be very important when you become older and you're getting ready to be judged. When I say judged, I'm talking about by up there, not by us, because our judgment don't mean shit. You don't worry about people. You worry about your entities. You worry about Allah. You worry about your higher power. You worry about those spirits. That's what you need to be worrying about. You need to be worrying about these people. These shit, this is meager shit. Like, when I say she ain't worried about no fucking people. But in the end, I can see what happens when you are good, okay? When you're good, even if if you have to go through, your end is met through a disease or an illness. If you was good, smooth sailing. You understand? She suffered, but not that much. Her suffering was different. It was serene. It was, wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it could have been worse. I've seen worse. I've heard of worse. She didn't lose her hair. That was her damn glory. She didn't lose that. God didn't let her lose it. No one had to see her really so much suffer but me, and I could handle it. The suffering I saw was natural stuff. It wasn't more than I could handle. I'm giving you my story so you understand what I'm talking about, so that when time comes, you can walk into your glory. I need you to understand that if you do right now, when the time comes, when you get older, when you get sick, when shit happens, he's not going to let it hit you that hard. Shit that could kill somebody else is going to be different for you. She had time. She had time with me. We knew she was dying. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't just take her. She didn't just die horribly. She went in her sleep. My mother was 58 years old. Her name was Joan. She was beautiful. Absolutely. She was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. That light was the brightest light I've ever seen and had in my sight. I'll never forget that woman with all my might. I would walk around here and talk about her, uphold her light. For all my life, I saw her fight. In the end, God did her right. Because she was a pure soul. She was the light. And I am the daughter of the light. I wish y'all could have seen her. I wish y'all could have had a glimpse of my mom. Like, she would love to hear where we at right now. She would love the woman that I've become. I know that I just became this person, but it's been in the making for a while. But I wanted to talk about my mom today. I didn't even know I wanted to talk about it, but God wanted me to talk about it. I'm saying all of this to say, just because you have some bad happen to you, you gotta withhold. Like, you gotta hold on to the light. You gotta hold on to the fact that God got you. You gotta hold on to who you are. You have to love yourself. Even when you go through things that hurt, domestic violence. My mother was a domestic violence survivor. She survived that shit. We survived that shit. You know what I'm saying? From the ages of me being 2 years old to 27. I saw my mother struggle with abuse. And then that happened to me. For years, every relationship was abusive, okay, in some way, shape, or form for me. Because that's what I gravitated to, all right? That's what I allowed into my life. We got to take accountability for the shit that we allow, okay? You be seeing the signs and you just say, no, it's not going to happen to me, and he ain't going to do that. She ain't going to do that to me. Whatever the case may be, it ain't going to happen. Bitch, yes it will. Like, if you see the red flags, that's what the fuck they is. They there for a reason. Like, pay attention, please. I'm here to tell you. Don't go through 10 years of nothingness. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Let it go. Lig that shit, man. Trying to tell you. Or you have motherfuckers dealing with motherfuckers you don't want to have to deal with, yo, for the rest of your life. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about my life. I'm gonna talk about how I got through shit. I'm gonna talk about more shit. I'm gonna talk about what I see. I'm gonna talk about it because I need to. I gotta get it out. And I know there's other people who's going through it too. My mother's death almost killed me. At first, until I just said, I remember who my mother was. She poured everything that was good of her into me. There is no way, shape, or form that I'm not going to uphold this woman's life. And I got to get my life in tune so that I could do just that. And so that I could also be an inspiration to others. I saw the inspiration that my mother was. You understand what I'm saying? I saw who she was, yo. Like, standing there in the funeral parlor waiting for people to come in to say, goodbye to her. I could not be sad. I could not. I felt the love. I felt everybody that walked in that room was just like, yo, your mom did this for me. Or, oh, your mother was so nice. She was so beautiful. She was this, she was that. And I can recall plenty of times, situations that I seen my mother give of herself. I saw my mother help people that most people wouldn't help. I saw my mother do things that were out of the ordinary. I saw my mother be a beautiful human being, like a giver of herself, giving her love, giving her home, giving her money, giving whatever the fuck she had and you needed, you fucking got it. Because that's how she was. Beautiful Joan. Joan was beautiful, man. Inside and out. I can't really say too much bad about her. She ain't really like my bullshit. Like, she was a real mom. She ain't play that shit. She wanted me to be a certain way, and that's what the fuck it was going to be, and it wasn't going to be nothing less than that. And she had standards for everything in her life. Standards of how she wanted her child to be, the way she needed to be to raise her child, how many children she wanted, the type of man that she fucking wanted, the kind of home that was okay for her, the kind of clothes that was okay for her. She had fucking standards, and she was not afraid to tell you, look, honey, you beautiful. She was great, yo. She was great. Said all that just to say, there's going to be times in your life when you're going to want to give up. That's when you hold on the strongest. That's when you hold tight, hold fast. God got you. You understand what I'm saying? We can't all understand what's happening and why it's happening. But when it happens and things change for you, please say thank you. No matter what, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever it is, just thank God. Because he knows what he's doing. I miss the shit out my mom every single day. There's so many things I wish I could tell her. I want her to see me now. I want her to see how I've grown. I want to just sit next to her. You know what I'm saying? I would love to drink of her energy again. But that time in the flesh is done, from her and I. I see her in the spirit every day. She's here. She's all around me. She encompasses my life some days. She like, I swear it's like she just stands next to me, goes within me, like she's a part of me now. I'm bigger now. I'm stronger now because my mother's on the other side and she helps me. And what I don't talk about is that I had a son that passed away too. 20 years ago, almost 17 years. August 16th will be 17 years that my baby Isaac passed away. Rest in peace to him and my mama. This is their show today. My passed on loved ones, and we can name so many more. My grandfather, my grandmothers, on other sides, my great grandma, and my dad's mom, my nana, big part of my life. Love that woman. You got to know that, like, your suffering is for a reason. The things that you've gone through are for a reason. The people you've had to see go, that was for a reason. You know, I now, I understand a lot more than I did before. And I'm able to talk about it, and I'm able to decipher it. Like, so if you really do everything he says, if you really take on all this pain that God puts on you, because I saw my mother go through a lot of pain. She gave to people that would never give to her. And in the end, people, she was definitely always ridiculed, always talked about by people who were supposed to love her, like her siblings and shit like that. Yeah, I said it, and I said it, and I said it. Like, I'm going to be honest about this shit, because we're going to grow, and we're going to make sure that nobody else has to suffer alone without their siblings. What you got? 30-something family members, but you afraid to reach out to them because you got cancer and you don't want people to talk about you. You don't want people to be negative towards you. Come on, man. You should not ever have to feel that way. I'm here to tell you, get your shit together so you don't do people like that. I don't want nobody to ever be done like I saw my mother get done. That shit was wrong. That shit was wrong. And then when my mother passed away, my family came and took all of her stuff. It's material things. It meant nothing. But at the same time, it was the principle. You shouldn't do that to other people. The karma that you receive is your karma, not mine. I did what I was supposed to do. I helped my mother say goodbye. I helped my mother cross over to the other side. Now, whether you like how it went down or not, it is what the fuck it is. Okay? Because that's how God said for me to let it go. For her to go home. And you know what? I'm okay with everything. See, when you get to a point where you don't fuck okay with everything because you didn't already talk to God about that shit, can't nobody move you from that. When you've seen things in your life, man, please pay attention to them. Please pay attention to the things that God puts in your life for you to pay attention to. Those are certain things that are supposed to awaken you. Those are certain things with a message for you to pay attention. My mother left a legacy of love, and I'm going to continue it. And I'm going to do the things she couldn't do. My mother, if she had enough and she knew about YouTube and she had enough courage, she would have been on here telling people about things that just been on here. So I'm going to do what she can't do. I'm here. Like, share, subscribe. If you're here, I love everybody. I love everybody. I just want y'all to know that. I'm going to say that every day. I'm going to say that all the time. Get used to hearing that I love you. Even when you can't love you. You know what I'm saying? You should always love you, though. Even in your fucking worst moments, you should love you. Even when motherfuckers telling you not to love you, you gotta love you. You understand? That's what my mama did. She loved herself even when motherfuckers was putting her down. Even when she was being beat on by the man she laid with every night. Ironed this nigga's motherfucking underwear. Cooked every motherfucking thing for him. And yet he still laid his hands on her and she still loved him. To the day she had to go. To the day she had to go. She loved that man. Okay? Sometimes in life you got to walk away from the things you love, though, so because you got to love yourself more. Alright? That man would have fucking killed my mother. Physically. He already broke the spirit, he thought. But when you so strong, when you someone special, can't be broke like that. Okay? Can't be broke like that. God sends other motherfuckers in your life that's strong too. That help you stand up. God sent me her way. God gave me to her. You know what I'm saying? And I helped her stay strong. Just by me being here. She stayed strong. She fought. She fought till she couldn't fight no more. Till she knew that I could take the fight now. Now it was my turn to fight. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Paying attention. Man, using their life as our love, as our legacy to keep moving. Can't shake me. I done seen my mom come and go. You can't shake me. I done seen the beauty of life. I didn't right in front of me. There's nothing. Please, take your experiences. Use that shit. Let that shit help grow you, mold you to who you need to be. My mother's sitting right next to me right now. I'm telling you, she is. You could call me crazy. You could think I'm weird. That's fine. Stay off my page with the negative shit. If you came here to get some healing, let's do that. If you came here to get some answers, let's do that. But anything negative, keep that shit to yourself. I'm a mother. I'm a woman. I'm a person. I'm a human. Okay? Hey, I'm a gift. You're a gift. We're all gifts. God made us for a reason, man. I need y'all trying to figure that out, but that's what I'm here to help you with. You know what I'm saying? If you want this help, here I am. Holla at me. Everything's in the description box. And I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Rest in peace to my mother and my son and my aunties, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, all my ancestors, all my passed on loved ones. This was for them today. You understand what I'm saying? I channel their energy. This was for them. This was for them. And you know, another thing is I was born on a couple of my family members' birthday, you know, especially I think my Aunt Martha. And a lot of people talk about her and say I was a lot like her. Well, I think I encompass some of her spirit and some of her power because this is not my own. But I want y'all to know that you need to find a little bit more about your people. Find out where y'all come from. Do you have any witch doctors in your family? Have you had any shamans in your family? Do you know, get some research, especially if these things are in you and you don't know how they got there, like they were supposed to be. They've been there. So you need to grow on them. You know, you need to grow that. That's what I'm working on. But being able to heal others with my hands, you know, and with herbs and with nature, because that's what it's here for, you know. But I love everyone. I love each and every one of y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Let me know how y'all doing. Let me know what you're feeling. If you like my content, don't like my content, want me to change some things, want to talk to me about some things. Remember, I smoke weed, I cuss, not changing. That's me. Okay? I'm talking about the content. Let me know what the fuck y'all want to know about. I give these messages. Okay? I get messages from God. Spirit, ancestors, the passed on loved ones, whatever. I get these messages. I don't know. Sometimes I read cards. I just ain't do it yet on here. I do personals. The information's in the description box. Name change and Brush J. But I'm still the healing oracle. You know. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later.